Hi everyone, and welcome to this Installer Festival session with Worcester Bosch. And today we're going to be talking about the new Excelerate loyalty scheme. We've got Neil Merriman here. How are you, Neil?
I'm very good, thanks. Very good.
And Neil, you're head of customer loyalty at Worcester Bosch.
I am, yes. Yeah.
So can you give us a bit about your kind of background and your role with Worcester?
Yeah, sure. I joined in 2008 as a business initiative development manager, which the job title a bit long-winded, but kind of goes back to where all this started, and it was with the old BI scheme. So the idea was that I would sell boilers through marketing rather than standing on the counter. I'd maybe go and see the installers and have a look at their marketing, see how they're selling their business, and try and sell boilers by helping them grow their business. So that was 12 years ago. It seems a long time ago now.
No, it flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're here to talk about Excelerate, which is the new loyalty scheme.
Yeah.
So can you just give me a bit of an outline about what this is?
Yeah, sure. So Excelerate, yeah, loyalty scheme. It's a brand new loyalty scheme. Loyalty schemes are not new to our industry, and they're certainly not new to Worcester Bosch. We've had a loyalty scheme up and running since 1997 of some sort. And when we launched it, it was, as I said about the job title, it was the BI scheme, Business Initiative Scheme, and we wanted to make the installer network an extended part of our sales force. So the notion being, we give them a amount of benefits that they can then utilize within their business to then go and sell boilers. And then Excelerate, again, we're talking 13 years on from that, has grown even more. But with the same ethos, you know, we want our installers to go and do quality installs and want to reward them for their loyalty to us as a manufacturer.
Yeah, so you mentioned that the WAI one is the scheme that is very popular. We're all very aware of. So why was Excelerate formed?
Excelerate was formed because what we wanted to do is open this up now to installers. We've been we haven't been accused, but people have often looked at it and gone, "Oh, it's a really difficult program to get on." We've waited for years to do this, and essentially, if you look at the bottom line, we were stopping installers from buying our product because they couldn't compete with the other installers down the road or in the next village or in the next town who couldn't offer that same service because they had extra benefits over the others. So this is a opportunity for us to open our loyalty program to any installer that wishes to fit our appliance and reward them with the benefits that you'll get with each level through Excelerate. I think it's important. We've done it at the right time as well. We've obviously seen big growth over the years, and we've seen the quality of all boiler manufacturers has gone up, I think, a little bit as well. So including ours, and we need to ensure that we maintain the install element and the quality of that as well. Well, what Excelerate will do is allow us to do this without isolating any installers. You know, we're not saying you can't come on because there's 2 or 3 others in your postcode. You can't come onto the scheme because you don't fit 20, you don't fit 30 boilers a year. As far as we're concerned as a business, you will get rewarded for volume, as we'll talk about later on. But with Excelerate, you will be rewarded for what you give to us. So, you know, we don't segment someone, you're more important because you do 1,000 boilers, because you do 4 or 5 boilers a year. Those who do 4 or 5 boilers per year should be rewarded as well.
Yeah, so this is like an all-encompassing scheme for all levels of installers.
Absolutely, yeah. There's even a small element of it where most of the benefits actually start when you join Excelerate as well, and obviously as you progress through the ladder, you'll see extra benefits add on to what you get, but there's plenty to go at from boiler number 1. So yeah, plenty of benefits, plenty of rewards.
Yeah, you mentioned the kind of ladder and you mentioned the different levels. So what are the differences between the levels of the scheme?
Well, there's 7 tiers to the scheme, if you like, but there's 3 levels in terms of the whole loyalty ladder. We've got the Worcester installer section, which will make up the lion's share, and again, we're rewarding in numbers in terms of the more you fit, the more you get. But we start at 0 to 10, right up to 20 boilers in the Worcester installer element, and the benefits within there will help that installer progress their business. It will reward them for their loyalty when we talk about the loyalty points that they achieve. The next block, which carries 3 levels, is the Worcester accredited installer. You mentioned it earlier. It's very difficult to lose that sort of branding. I'm not sure we want to at the minute, because it's quite nice to be associated with us. So yeah, there'll be 3 elements within the Worcester accredited installer section of the ladder, and then towards the top end you've got the Worcester accredited partner, and the Worcester accredited partner, again, you're still part of the Excelerate loyalty scheme. The benefits it'll simply add you another benefit on. So yeah, if you're Worcester accredited partner, there's 1 or 2 extra benefits that you might get. There might not be something that your business would benefit from, but
that makes sense. So what does it mean for the previous loyalty scheme, the Green Star Rewards?
nothing, they don't have to do anything. There's 2 elements. We'll invite, obviously, the people already enrolled on Green Star Rewards. We'll literally pick them up with all of their points that they've currently accrued, because points have been available for the last few years with Green Star Rewards, and we'll drop them into the Excelerate ladder at which their business are currently trading at in a per calendar year, rolling 12-month calendar. So if you've been doing your 11 to 20 boilers every year, we'll simply move you into that element of the ladder. However, whereas before you might, as an installer, you might approach your local sales manager, so I want to get on the scheme, and his hands might have been tied because there might have been another installer in the area he didn't want to upset. But we want everyone to, it's got to be transparent. The scheme's got to be transparent, and it will be. So if that guy then kicks on and does 21, 22, even 70, 80 boilers a year, he'll do that and be rewarded for it.
No, that sounds good. So, and you did mention it, especially in the kind of situation that we're in, with a lot of lost work during lockdown and things like that. Heating engineers, it's going to be a really intense heating season for them. A lot of people want to catch up on backlogs of work, or a lot of people want to get in as much as possible. So how does Excelerate help installers to grow their businesses?
Well, what we've tried to do with this is we've tried to drop various elements of marketing initiatives into each level of the ladder to help installers grow their business and to support them. And actually, whatever level they're at, they'll feel that the benefits behind them will help them sell them additional boilers every year, or at least compete. Now, one of the biggest marketing improvements that we'll see with Excelerate is the ability for an installer to offer finance. So at the Worcester installer level, tier 2, so that's 11 boilers onwards, we've got the option for an installer to partner up with us and offer Hitachi as an option to their customers. Now, the thing with this is we've had it going since 2014, and we've seen massive growth in the demand for consumer finance. And whilst a few installers at first were a bit reserved because they weren't quite ready for it within their business, or they'd never been asked for it, actually it's something that the consumers are demanding now. So I think any business who's looking at growing the business, not necessarily in terms of having lots more engineers, but working a little bit more practically, maybe doing more boiler installs as opposed to plumbing work, or maybe just growing the business in general. I think the finance arm at this level of the loyalty structure will certainly help them, and we've got a full team in place to help them do that as well. So the sales guys are all up to date and up to scratch with the offers. We've got business support managers in place, which I'll talk about later on in the call, all there ready to offer them the advice, and they need to get them up and running with that as well. So that's one of many things that they can offer.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed when I had a look through the pack that you sent over, that if an installer fits 11 plus boilers, then they get access to a Worcester Bosch Mastercard. So could you explain that one for me, please?
Yeah, sure. A lot of businesses out there will already, their outgoings will be astronomical, whether it's fuel for the van, whether it's doing van livery, advertising in the local paper, building websites, marketing their websites, investing in social media campaigns, investing in training, which can get expensive as well. The Mastercard, I guess it's preloaded Mastercard, so the loyalty points that the installers can accrue from boiler number 1 will go into a balance, which will be within their portal, and at any point they can redeem that balance onto a preloaded Mastercard. It's an initiative that we've had running for most of this year. We've had installers use it for claiming back their existing points, and when we've done cashback offers on the boilers themselves. So it all goes into one place and onto this Mastercard, and then it's entirely up to the installer where they redeem that. They may take their family out somewhere for the day, or they may choose to spend it on themselves and their hobbies. Or, as I started at the beginning of this sentence, they might choose to pay off some of their marketing investment. You know, it works just the same as a normal credit card, so it's real money. And yeah, it's obviously it says Worcester Bosch on there as well. It is Mastercard, so taken in pretty much every outlet in the world that takes cards. So yeah, it's a very successful initiative, and actually we're going to extend this to any installer who wishes to join Excelerate and can get up to that tier 2 within the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned the finance earlier, finance is something that when heating engineers come to our physical trade shows, it's something that is kind of always on their radar, because a lot of the bigger companies, which are, you know, huge like corporations, can offer this, whereas the individual kind of installer can't. As we mentioned as well, with kind of times being tight with COVID, that might be something that a customer is aware of as well. So how important do you see that kind of finance offering to installers, and that how important is it that Worcester can kind of link them up with the kind of finance packages that they need?
Well, we've taken the decision to indemnify our installers who are using it. So there is a little bit of a process to go through. It's certainly not jumping through holes. It's just making sure that each installer understands the right processes. It's to protect them as well. Obviously, we've got the giant of the FCA looking down on us all, whether we're installers or whether we're a bank or anything to do with money, they're keeping an eye on us. So we've got the right guidelines in place from our team to ensure that the installer doesn't get caught out with anything like that. We've seen the demand increase, as I said earlier, over the last 5 or 6 years. Every single year we've seen growth on growth on growth. And that's a lot. Yes, the installers that are using it are doing well marketing it, but actually the demand from the consumer is also increasing as well. And often I'll speak to installers and they'll say, oh, you know, I lost the job because I couldn't offer finance or something like that. And finance is not a word that's welcomed into people's vocabulary, if you like. It's we talk about them as easy payments, really, because the actual process that we've got once you set up with this is easy. And to market that to a customer and to give that customer a quote for a new install and offer them various ways to pay, including monthly, including interest-free credit, it gives them the option. You're not necessarily saying that's the only option they have. You're just letting them pick, and it gives them the flexibility. So yeah, and like I say, with the deal that we have got in place with the bank that we're using, then gives the installer plenty of options to offer to different types of consumers, right up to the age of 90. So, you know, we have seen that. We just don't know who wants to borrow money. I think we all do indirectly somehow, don't we? So it's yes, we've certainly seen growth, and we're not taking our foot off the pedal with this. We're going to try and grow the finance model at the side of Excelerate as well.
And what promotions have you are currently available to Excelerate members?
Well, if you're going to be new to Excelerate, obviously we've got the jacket promotion where if you sign up to Excelerate, you'll be given a free jacket. You just obviously put your size in on the portal, and that's obviously a warm welcome if you zip it up. We've got the double points on boilers right up to Christmas. So if you fit one of our style boilers, there'll be double points on that, so double loyalty points on your portal. So if you're coming on to Excelerate at level 1, you can expect to earn 30 loyalty points just for doing that one install. And obviously it doesn't take many of them to start building up a Christmas fund, I guess. So they're the two offers that we're running at the minute. We have got the 2,000 offer, cashback offer that's in place as well. Not necessarily in line with Excelerate, but at the end of the day, when you're out there selling to the customers, it's nice to have all of your options in your arsenal so you can discuss them all with them. And obviously there's a cashback on that as well. And if you do register a 2,000 like the rest of the range, the points will go into your portal as well.
Yeah, and those kind of promotions, regular promotions, as the magazine and on our website, we often see like Worcester have got a new promotion out. So is that going to continue with Excelerate? Is that something that's still a really like important part, like regular kind of seasonal things to help people top up?
Absolutely. Excelerate isn't the answer to everyone's issues, and And when we do promotions, it's to benefit the three types of customer that we deal with, whether it's something we do through the merchant, something that you can then pass on to the end user as an installer, or something for you, the installer. It's not, we think about all the different things, and there's a good time to do a promotion and there's a not so good time to do a promotion. Obviously, we, from an activity point of view, earlier this month, you'll have seen us launch the new 2000 boiler. It's important that we kick off with a promotion on that. And obviously, you've seen the double points continue, the cashback offer continue from the older model. The double points on the style boiler for your customer loyalty port, for your Excelerate portal, right up until Christmas will be there for you as well. And yeah, we will absolutely carry on with promotions throughout 2021 as well.
So for existing members and for potential members who are watching this now and thinking, oh, I'd like to get on that, how do they kind of kickstart that process?
Well, as the existing members will know, if you have logged in since we've gone live, you'll be up and running, and it will tell you whereabouts you are, where your business sits within the loyalty ladder. Now, due to COVID, we're not going to be doing, there's no realignments taking place in terms of how much business you do. So you'll sit where you are and enjoy the benefits that Excelerate offers. So if you have logged in, you'll see where you're sat and you have got access to the benefits. If you then start to sell more of our boilers and start to move up the ladder, the benefits will follow you. If you're new to Excelerate and you join, naturally you will become a member. You'll fill in all your details, you'll submit, and you'll be live straight away. You'll have access to the portal. We've got plenty of how-to videos as well, which will talk you through how to navigate around the portal, how to register a boiler. And don't forget, there's all the contact details in there of your local support from a sales manager's perspective as well.
Yeah, so this is a really exciting launch for you guys. So what's the kind of the future plans you've got? Is there anything that you can give us a sneak preview of?
Well, with any loyalty program, and we're in the 23rd year of having a loyalty program at Worcester Bosch for our installers. The wheels won't stop turning, so we've already planning things for phase 2, which will likely come in the new year now. But that'll be with additional benefits. What we believe we've got the best one in the industry within the plumbing and heating industry from a loyalty program perspective. However, we need to keep developing that. We need to listen to the installers, take the feedback, because whilst we believe it's the best, and practice will make perfect. So we'll listen to the installers. We'll let them say, oh, you could do with maybe changing this, changing that. This doesn't work very well for us, and that's what we always do. And then we'll implement based on the feedback. So if we take the constructive feedback from these installers and utilize it as we should, what we will be able to do is develop Excelerate like we've done with the other loyalty programs that we've had at Worcester Bosch. So we can make sure it suits the installers and suits the network best we can. In terms of snippets for phase 2, there isn't any that I can confirm with you at the minute, but I've no doubt that with all the feedback that we are getting, and we're going to be getting in the coming months as we get deep into heating season, we will have certainly something for the new year, and maybe something we can give you just before. But I think all of the new benefits and the additional benefits to installers who've not had access to these before should be enough for them for the time being.
No, that's really good. We'll keep our eyes peeled for that as well.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Neil. Thank you for giving us a rundown about the new loyalty scheme.
No, Joe. Thanks a lot for your time.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.